Should I say good morning, guys? Because it's just after 12 o'clock and I should have been in bed already, but the reason I'm not is because I got distracted. um, yeah, so the other day I got pretty intrigued, I guess because I can watch videos and different things like that about Kim Kardashian or the Kardashians, Jenners, that whole sort of gang. Um, got very intrigued about them because even though everybody knows about them, I'm like, I don't really know about them other than I know about them. Like I don't know the backstory, where they came from, how it started, uh, maybe where they're going, or any of that stuff. So on Saturday, I watched probably about an hour and a half of sort of like a thing about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Very intriguing, I think. I think it was fascinating. I found it fascinating. Um, and yeah, so I think I probably want to just follow them a little bit. And also, like, I know they had like a TV show, and I don't even know if it's still going because I'm not quite up to date with everything, but I know a few things. And so I'm like, they're super interesting. So, in the sense that I find it fascinating that people can not just have an audience, but continue having an audience, which is, to me, is fascinating. Like, for example, soccer players, they may have fans, but then after they retire, some of them don't have fans anymore. Like, they kind of disappear. And someone who, like, I think did this really well is David Beckham. He's still so relevant. I mean, there's probably other people that are relevant too, but for me, it's like when he was famous, at that point of famous, of being a soccer player, he's still famous today, for different things. I think he's used his audience and developed it and altered it and changed it and all that sort of stuff. And so I think that with the Kardashians and that whole gang, it's like they had an audience and they've adapted to the change of life and world and social media and all these things, and they use it really like well. So I'm kind of getting intrigued with it, but from more, I guess, a business sort of marketing side, because they are famous for being famous, but now they actually serious business people. Like, they are serious. And so I just watched a video from, I think it was New York Times conference, I think it is. I'm not even sure, but it was an interview that Kim and her mom were having, and this guy was asking them all these questions, but it was very much more political and very much more business questions. And wow, I gotta say, it's really got me intrigued with just the way they think and what they're doing with their brand. And so they were talking about like the family's legacy, and so it's like, wow, that's I think we get so stuck on listening to people and or seeing or hearing what we want to hear, but not actually really researching or looking into it. And so I don't know whether it's like a stunt or if they're actually being honest, but I feel like what I watched was authentic, and it's, yeah, pretty cool. I just think that there's actually lessons there that anybody can take. I can take, and so I think I'm gonna probably follow them a little bit more this year. I guess because I'm more intrigued than anything. I don't follow a huge amount of people, mainly business people. This will be kind of different, but there's still very much a business element to them that I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued about the audience that they have created and the audience that they've continued to create, or hold. So yeah, I might talk about this more in the future, and I will share some of the things that maybe I've learned, or maybe some of the things that I've found intriguing. Um, yeah, like for example, Kim is so heavily involved with prison reform, which is, I think, the way people either get the correct legal. Did you know she's studying law? She's studying to be a lawyer. Like, yeah, the person that everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people don't like, and it's all famous and looks and all this stuff, is studying to become a lawyer so that she could maybe one day open a law firm to, you know, change the way prisons and all that stuff operates. I don't know what the desire or where the need of that comes from. If there's a family member or if there's some connection there, but there must be. So if you know that, let me know if you know why she's interested in prison reform. But I just find it fascinating that she's got this like, she doesn't want to change the whole world. She just wants to be like, this is my focus, this is my area, this is what I'm gonna like change. And I don't think any of us can change the whole world. I think that we can only pick one thing and try and change that. Because I think if we try and change the whole world, we don't change anything. So that's her thing. But I am intrigued on why that's her thing. Why she got such a massive desire to go and study and change the prison system. What's the reason? So if you know that, tell me. Again, it's super late and I should be in bed 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago, or whenever I'm meant to be in bed, because I don't seem to get to bed at the right time, and I look like, I was gonna say I look like a drunk, but I'm not a drunk. I'm not a drunk. But yeah, so this is my second video today, which is actually almost, well, it is the next day already, because I'm super late. But at some point I will get my sorry, I just got another thought quickly. In this interview, they were saying, they actually asked Kanye West, who was sitting in the audience, because the family's learned so much from him, and they're like, so what have you learned from the family? And he was basically saying, well, I would have just been happy being like an awesome artist and like the world's greatest artist, and like that would have been enough. And he's like, I've learned from this family that that's not enough. Nothing's enough. And it's funny because it sounds so, I guess, full of themselves or like hungry for more, but it's funny that it's like, you know, in the way he said it was, you know, just being an artist isn't enough. I've got to be healthy, I've got to gym, I've got to be fit, I've got to, you know, be involved in things, I've got to, you know, there's all these little things that it's like all these areas need to be fantastic or really good. And he's like, just settling to be a year, it's like not enough. And he's learned from the family that, yeah, there's always more. There's always more that you can do. There's always more that you can achieve. You can always be greater than you are already. Even if you're the greatest, you can still be greater. And it sounds so funny. It sounds so like, just sounds messed up. But maybe I'm just saying it weird. But I find that cool. I find that really cool that it's like, he is a guy and he's like, man, this family works hard. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. Let me know what you think about what I've spoken about. Sometimes it's a very controversial topic because people like them or hate them, which is another totally different topic to talk about on them. Why do people hate them? Why do people like them? Anyway, talk about this forever. This is a long video. It's almost 10 minutes. So I'm going to bed. Good night.